My name is Andy Hornby, photographer and vlogger. 17 years ago I started teaching myself photography. Today I travel the UK as a professional wedding photographer, landscape photographer and filmmaker. Learn from my experiences, my mistakes and my tips and advice. Okay, welcome to another video. Merry Christmas and I hope you have a Happy New Year. This is going to come out a little bit late. Unfortunately, I'm filming this on Sunday, which is my normal day for releasing my videos, so it's not going to probably come out tonight unless I can get home fast enough and edit it. I don't know, potentially. If you see it tonight, it'd be late, but I don't like releasing videos really late and I'm waffling on. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. This video is going to be about how I personally, because everyone does this massively different, how I personally set up for a landscape shot. It's all about the steps I take before and during a shoot like this to help maybe one or two of you. I don't know, everybody does different. I know there are people out there that just can pick a camera up and go straight out. Unfortunately, I have to be a little bit more methodical. Some people call it OCD, I don't know. Here are my 5 tips on the steps I take to get, hopefully, fingers crossed, a good landscape shot. So let's do this. We've been waiting for these fishermen to leave. There's been a lot of fishermen around here. I'm actually at the St Leanards Church near Alton. I can't remember the name of the actual place. But you'll see over the back of my shoulder there, the church. The sun is setting just behind it. You might be able to even see the sun through the diffused cloud, which is actually helping us out a lot. I don't know whether you can see in the water, we've actually got a lake. Oh, it's a pond, it's a big pond, little lake in front of the church. This is actually a place I wanted to come to for a long time. And it comes on to my point number 1. This is my tip. Research, get inspired. I've always been inspired by other photographers, and in fact a couple of great local photographers were up here this year. Unfortunately they were here in the summer, which was fantastic for them. They had leaves on the trees and all kind of stuff. Beautiful sunset. We don't quite have leaves on the tree here. It's going to be a bit hard to get a good shot, but we're going to make a good composition hopefully out of the reflections in the water and stuff like that. But I was inspired by their work. They are Max and Liam. Liam is actually with me today. I came down with Liam and Louis. They're just the other side of the pond stroke lake, getting some pictures from the other side. But I'm always inspired by other people's work, always have been. You know, I look through Google, YouTube, Instagram a lot on Instagram, and this place caught my eye in the summer after these two had been down here and got some absolutely amazing pictures. At the end of the video and in the description I'll put a link to their Instagram. That's what I kind of would suggest is your first port of call. Do some research about your local area, find some other local photographers, see what work they've done, see where they've been, see if it's somewhere that inspires you to go and take some pictures. I mean, that's massive, absolutely huge. I'm not one for just sitting around and thinking, right, I'll just get up and get my camera and just go somewhere. I have to research and research and research some more. So when I'm inspired by a photographer, that gets me out of my seat at home, gets me out of my chair at home, and gets me out there doing stuff. And that's kind of the way it's always been for me, always been inspired by others. Just another quick tip to go with number 1 that I forgot to put in just then is do a recce. If you can, get down to this place. I couldn't recce this place before I wanted to come down here. I chose a date which is going to be number 2 in a minute, but recce is awesome. Here's number 2. Choose a date and check your apps. Now this is massive for me, and a lot of people, they don't do this, but on the run up to my photo shoots, especially a landscape shot, I've got a 10 ton of apps. I've got a video, it's up there, check it out. On the apps I use to make sure the weather's right, if I'm by the sea, tide times, what time the sun's going down, the position of where the sun is going down. So before I even come here today, I'd already noted that from the spot I'm in at the moment, the sun is going to go down behind the church. I knew that before I got here. because I check the apps. It may seem quite trivial, and it doesn't always necessarily mean that that's where you're going to get the shot, because I'll come on to that in a little bit. It gives you a good understanding of what to look for before you even get here. So you can check Google Maps to make sure there's a path. You can check all that kind of stuff, do all your research beforehand. Just gives you that edge. I couldn't do a recce down here, mainly because I haven't had time over the Christmas period. I only decided to come here a few days ago. So I've had all this last week over Christmas to check all the apps. I checked where the sun's going to be, where it's going to go down, where potentially I'm going to be when the sun does go down, so I can benefit from the better shot potentially. Just those little things can just help you out a lot more than you probably realise. That's number 2. Sun's coming out. So number 3 gets to the shoot day itself, and quite a big one for me. Often one I forget, I'm terrible, is to clean and check your camera, because I do a lot of various different styles of photography. I'm a wedding photographer, I do a lot of portraits, and often not my camera's set up for portraits. I have things like steady shot turned on, which if you're a landscape photographer and you use a tripod, which you're on at the moment, that should be turned off. You don't need it. Lots of little things like that. Things like make sure your SD cards are formatted. If you're doing a big shoot, I don't like to take an unformatted card onto another shoot, because you can have complications later if something happens to a card. Always like to format my cards before a shoot, and remember your SD card, because I'm terrible. I'm the worst for forgetting an SD card, turning up on a shoot and be like, ah, crap. Luckily, I've got lots and lots of SD cards if I remember my pouch that I've got them in, which I've forgotten on numerous shoots. So, you know, don't be like me and don't forget your SD cards. So it's just the little things like that before you leave your house. Make sure you clean your lenses if you've got lenses you need to clean. Make sure you've got all the gear that you need. Rustle around in your camera bag for stuff you don't need, because often not people take stuff onto a location like this. It's very muddy. You don't need a lot of stuff on this type of shoot. Potentially you've got a bag full of crap, you just like to take it all. That's great, but try and make it easy for yourself, so when you get down here you're set up for the shot you want to take, because you know what shot you're going to take, because you've already recce'd it, checked your apps, you've done all that stuff. So you know the shot you're going to take, you know the gear you don't need, but most importantly you know the gear that you do need. Get that in your bag before you leave. Nice. Number 4 is not so much an important one, but sometimes comes to play if you haven't done the other bits right, is get there early. Always get to a shoot early. For this shoot, it's going to be a sunset shoot. We got here about 2 hours before sunset, to be fair, so we had 2 hours to recce. I hadn't done a recce before, so I wanted to get here early for that reason, so we could take a walk around the lake. I'd obviously done my research on where I would like to be. You know, perfect shot being what it is going to be down this side, but actually there's some really nice locations on the other side of the lake that actually get the church from the side, and with a little bit of sunlight you potentially get some really nice side light on the church. And I've already taken a shot of that. There's a shot of that I did about 15 minutes ago, which I actually really liked, and I wouldn't have known to get that if I'd just turned up here, got the shot and then gone home. Actually we got down here a little bit earlier so we could walk all the way around. Muddy as hell this place, so if you come down here, bring some wellies or big boots, but I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't got here early enough to do that. So getting early to a shoot, if you're doing a sunset shoot, get there an hour early, have a wander around and just have a nosy at all the other little cubby holes and places that you potentially get a shot from, because I know that during the summer here, which is where Max got his picture from earlier on, is where the guys are at the moment. They're still over the other side there. Actually the trees that are over there could frame your image really, really well, and I know Max got an awesome image from over there, framed it really well. All the nice leaves, and we've got holly here at the moment, but it's not going to help us. But from over the other side there, it would look absolutely fantastic. Now I know that in the summer I can come back, be prepared with all the other bits and pieces that I do, come down here, get the shot, and then know that it's going to be golden. So yeah, get there early. Always get there early. So I'm back to where I'm going to be taking a shot when the sun goes down in a short while. But the last one is assess and reassess your initial evaluation. So you've done all this prep work, you might get to a location and be like, ah, there's a fence there, or I can't do that because such and such. That happens. In fact, it happens to me a lot. So by getting here early, like we just said, you can then make that assessment or make a reassessment, readjust your kit, readjust your location. It may be that from here at a certain time of the year you can't get that shot of the sunset that you want, but you won't necessarily know that until you actually get on site. It's nice to have all of the apps to tell me where the sun's going to set, but what it doesn't tell me is the height of those trees. So in fact, with the sun setting behind the church from here, which is going to be literally behind the church now, it's currently at this time, we're still about an hour away from sunset. It's actually just cresting the tops of those trees. So if those trees had leaves on them, for instance, my sunset is now. The apps can't tell me that. It just cannot tell me that. It doesn't tell me that there's trees there. It doesn't tell me that the height of those trees are going to affect my sunset. It's just the nature of the beast, unfortunately. So by getting here early, you can then do your last assessment, reassess, relocate, get yourself sorted for dug in at the time you want to be dug in for your shot. And it's really that simple. Those are the 5 things that I do for pretty much most of my shots. I know there are people who can just pick up a camera and go out there and take 500 shots of stuff and just on a walk. Fantastic. I've got nothing against any of that. That's perfect. That's just awesome. But I'm very, very OCD about how I get my shots, and this is the way I do it. It's just the way I do it. It's a personal preference. Hopefully some of this can help one or two of you. Stick around because in a minute I'm going to take a shot and that's going to come up in a second. Also, Liam has had an idea of placing one of his pictures in a location around here for someone to come. I come to get free pictures or something like that. There's a hashtag somewhere for it. If you want to get a picture of Liam's awesome photography of this church from the summer, he's going to be putting that on a post around here somewhere, and I'm going to videotape it, and hopefully one or two of you will be able to find it, and then you can comment when you found it in the comments down below. So yes, hang around, I'll see you in a bit. Oh, I forgot to say, the last thing that I haven't accounted for is actually selfie shot itself. Let's see that. This is Liam Nash. I've spoken about you already on the video already, because this is one of the guys who inspired me to come to locations like this. In fact, this isn't the first time you've inspired me to go to a location, because the tri-sales in Portsmouth that you did like 2 years ago.
My favourite subject.
Yeah, was I mean, I contacted you on Instagram. We hadn't spoke before after that, and it was like, dude, how the hell did you get there? Because it's that kind of thing. Do you find that? Do you find like you're inspired by other people?
Every single time, like I've gone to a few places, you know, it's been inspired by a lot of other photographers. Sometimes I've never known how to get there, so I look at other like people's photos, I speak to them. And
what's your best social media outlet for that kind of thing? Because for me it's Instagram.
Yeah,
every time Instagram
for me as well.
Instagram.
Yeah, it's just the easiest way to scope out locations.
Absolutely. And have you ever contacted anyone else on there? You've seen someone you're like, wow, that's local, but I don't know where it is.
Normally through Instagram I'm always contacting people. It's the easiest way that I find to be able to kind of socialise with people and get that information. So
on that subject, this picture is this location. This was in the summer?
Yep, July this year.
So you'll see there's some very nice foliage on those trees that we don't have currently at the moment.
No.
And so what are you doing? What's your plan?
So basically, I've seen quite a lot of other photographers, got a bit of inspiration from them. They do loads of what's called free art.
Is there a hashtag for that?
There is a hashtag, yeah. So hashtag free art.
Free art, nice.
I know some people do it on a certain day, like Free Art Friday, but mine's just going to be free art. And as I've come back to this location with Andy, I thought this might be a good opportunity, as I've had this one printed already in the past, to give someone else some free art and some ideas. Amazing
picture. If anyone's inspired by this and that and this, come down here, grab this. Yes. Comment down below if you're the one that gets this. Comment down below, leave us a picture or something on the video. Where are you placing that? So I don't want to give it away where it is.
No.
But if you find this place and you find 18, it's probably around that kind of location. If it's not here, then you're too late.
Yeah.
Someone else already got it.
or it's blown away.
Or it's blown away.
But yes, I'm going to
strap that
attach
up.
it to the fence.
Nice work.
Yeah.
Woo!
Free art.
Free art Friday. It's not Friday.
No.
Free art.
Free art Sunday.
Good stuff. Good, buddy.
Cool. Thank you.
Get down and get it. Okay, thank you for watching. Got some really good pictures, I think. I'm going to still try and get some more. Potentially that sky's still popping behind, as you can see. And I want to thank Liam and Louis, who have come out with me tonight. Liam for driving and for being an amazing photographer. And if you come down here and you want some free art, is it free art? Free art, hashtag free art. This is the place to come. So thanks again. If you've got any comments, please leave them down below. If you like this video and you got anything out of it, please whack a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get updates every time I upload a video. That would be fantastic. Have a great new year, and I'll see you in 2020. So have an awesome one. Take care, bye.